Welcome to Dependable Flame, where we explore vintage petrol lighters, ashtrays, tobacconiana, and other useful mechanisms. Make yourself at home. Today we have a couple of SHARPO aluminum block roller petrol lighters. This one I believe has already had its own video, short and a full-length video. I really expected that to light right up. That is the way that it has reacted most often since I fueled it up. But of course, once you hit the record button, you never know what's going to happen. Anyway, this one is in decent shape. It's got some blemishes, dings, finish damage, and of course, looking at the wick, it does look very dark. I don't know if the wick itself was not white. Yeah, it looks like maybe it's made of some kind of blue or black material. I have encountered other wicks in the past. But I can't remember right at the moment what brand of lighters those might have been. Anyway, that one has lit pretty well, seemed pretty reliable ever since I fueled it up. This other one I had just fueled up yesterday or the day before, and it would light once or twice on me, but as far as lighting dependably, it seemed to have some problems. So I just thought we would pull out the Flint spring screw and take a look at the condition of the flint. Maybe replace it depending on what's in there. And it actually, I don't believe that I put that in there. It is possible, but I don't believe I did. But it's a red colored flint, whether that's the same as these red tinted flint that we got from our buddy Robert Hollingsworth. I can't really tell. So I don't know, who knows? I may have even put this flint in there when I got it. It's wearing a little unevenly and hasn't worn much at all. So maybe we ought to give that a little bit better opportunity to work. Drop it back down the tube, followed by the flint spring and screw, which in this case is just a simple inset screw, which will allow you to run that down there by hand, groove it in the right direction, and then we should be able to take a screwdriver and tighten it on down. These SHARPO aluminum block lighters are pretty interesting to me. They are marked just about as well as any aluminum block lighter. You can see it says JOSEPHSON and SHARPO, Glendale, California. They also have a slot in their fuel screw, which a lot of aluminum block lighters do not. And they're generally finished really well and nice. This one appears to have either been machined to have some sort of embellishment or adornment, an emblem maybe, or perhaps it fell off, one or the other. But it seems odd that there would just be a blank circle in the middle of all that fluting or ribs, whatever you would call it, if you weren't going to put something there to decorate the lighter with. But the SHARPOs are well made. That seems pretty tight. The and not really sparking very well at all. Yeah, decent spark or two out of that. Well, that is definitely tight. I don't know. Well, that's about as tight as it'll go right there. With it that tight, you really can't roll it. Back it up. Yeah, so when this video started and the way that it struck up, I thought, well, maybe we don't really have any work to do here. Maybe we can just leave this flint in there and maybe it'll be fine. But now it doesn't seem like it's sparking hardly at all. And maybe that's because of the way that our flint has been grooved. Looks like the way that it fell back in there, it fell almost exactly in the opposite 180 degrees from the way it had been in there before, because it looks almost flat now. So interesting. So what we will do is turn it around. See if that gives us any different results. Tighten that down a little bit. And for a lighter that should be full of fuel and lit so well a while ago, it sure does not seem to want to light at all now. Throwing sparks, but not big showers of them. So I think we will get out one of our newer Dunhill flints and see if that makes any difference. And I should say specifically Dunhill blue flints. We've talked a lot about these in the past. The older ones definitely had a superior shower of spark that was produced. I'm not so sure about these newer ones, these kind of powder blue looking ones. I ordered these from the seller International Vintage Lighters on eBay. And I bought them from him before, and they were the other kind, the darker blue. So we'll put this into this lighter and see if that makes any difference. See what kind of well, it's really hard to see that other end of the flint. I can't even tell which end it was. They both look kind of flat. See what happens with this other flint. I've never had that happen before. I don't know. I'm really kind of speechless. Get that grooved in the right direction. Tighten it on down. Should be tight enough to have proper tension. So weird that this lighter was working so well at the beginning of this video that I thought we almost didn't have anything to talk about, and now it just, I think we're going to have to take that file wheel out and see if perhaps there is some damage to it. We can see that if we light this one, we can jump it. So we've got fuel. So stick around. Hopefully we can get to the bottom of this next time. We'll take that file wheel off and see if there's some problem with that. It's making it cut those flints in an awkward manner. Until next time.